Alright, what's going on everyone? Figured I'd do another Megaminx PLL video. This time I'm going to be going through N-perms, T-perms, well the rest of T-perms and the rest of Y-perms. At this point I won't be covering algs twice, I'll just be doing like the ones that I haven't done already. This one was originally just going to be N-perms and I was going to have the rest of T and Y in another video. But there's only 4 N-perms and the T and Y would only be like I think 7 cases, so there's no reason not to just combine them into one video. So we'll get started with the N-perms now. Alright, starting with the N1 perms, it's when you have, well, first N-perms are where you have 5 2x1 bars around, so they're pretty easy to recognize, but can also be a little tricky to recognize if you're not used to like AUFing. But anyway, N1 is when you have 2 that are going to swap next to each other, so like these 2 will swap and these 2 will swap. Same with over here. Yeah, they're easy to recognize. These 2 actually are really easy algs as well. So N1 plus here is where they're going to be like on the right side. And I like to hold it, well, this is how you hold it for the alg. But you are going to have a solved one, only one solved one on the left here. So like in this case, it's green. And then, yeah, these 2 and these 2. It is tricky to recognize because like I still do it like this. I'll have to AUF. Sometimes I can get a feel for where it is, but not really. So like it's tricky. You'll have to AUF sometimes 4 times to get it. Anyway, it's from this angle, so one will be solved on the front left here. And this alg's really easy. It's just a JB perm from 3x3, but with an extra U move, so looks like this. Alright, then N1 minus is just, it's the same case, but from, I guess, the mirror. So they're going to be on the left here like this. I like to, yeah, hold it mirrored as well, so the solved one will be on the front right like this. But I use a different alg, I go like this. Alright, next we have N2. This is where you're going to swap these 2, which will be next to each other, and these 2 will be opposite of each other. These ones are actually kind of cool because you can do them from any angle, and it won't really matter. Like, there's going to be one solved no matter if you do from this angle or this angle. As you can see, they're all always one bar is solved. So I think with no AUF, the bar will be in the back right here for this is N2 plus, and the alg looks like this. And I forgot to mention, let me set it up again. I forgot to mention N2 plus is when the bars will be going on the right like this. And then N2 minus is just, it's the mirror in terms of recognition and in terms for the alg as well. The alg is not that great, or at least the one I do. Just looking at the doc right now, looks like there's some other ones that people have put, which I might try to mess around with because honestly, yeah, this is kind of an annoying alg to execute. But it's going to be the 2x1s will be on the left. Again, it literally doesn't matter which position you hold it from because it's all the same anyway. But AUF or no AUF would be the solved bars in the back left, so it looks like this. Kind of overworks your left index finger with all the I to U primes. But those are the N-perms. Alright, now we're going to move on to the T-perms I haven't covered. There's 4 of them. There's the 2 T3s and then the 2 T4s. These are the T3s. It's where you have 2 2x1s, but they're kind of like they have a 3x1 bar that's separating them. So yeah, one will be like this, where the bars are like this, and the other ones like that. I differentiate them by looking at this 3x1 section. There's going to be this, I guess, a anti-checkerboard is what James calls them, I think. But I forget if that's exactly what it is or not. But these colors will be the same, either, I'll hold it so they're similar. So either on this side or on this side. And that'll dictate which one you do. So let's start with T3 plus. You hold it from this angle. And with these 2 being solved, or these 2 being the same color like this one is to the clockwise of the edge. So we're going to do clockwise U moves. That's how I remember it, but the alg looks like this. Really nice. It's just 2 7 movers that cancel. And this one's just the opposite. Yeah, you hold the 2, it goes counterclockwise from the edge, so you do counterclockwise U moves, so it's going to look like this. Two really nice algs. Alright, the last T-perms I have to cover are the T4s. This one, they're really easy to recognize because they're the only PLLs where you have 3 2x1s, I think. But yeah, 2 of them are going to be next to each other like this, and one will be separate. You just kind of look at which side the separate one is on. So like this one's going to be on the left side, this one's going to be on the right side, but you hold it this one a little differently. We'll start with this. This is a really nice alg. It's a lot of moves, but it does flow really well. But you'll hold it like this with the 2 in the back and then the 1 just in the front left here, and it looks like this. As you can see, it's like a JB perm from 3x3, but you cancel into a 3x3 T perm. So it's fast, but like I said, it's a lot of moves. And then here's the other one, T4 minus. You're gonna hold the bar in the back right here, and then these will be like on the front and the left, and it looks like this. That one just you kind of set up into a 7 mover. I think you can also hold it from this angle and do, yeah, you can do that as well, but for me it doesn't flow as well, but it might work for you. So yeah, those are the T-perms. Alright, now the last ones I have to cover are the Y-perms. I have 4 of them here, so these are Y2. It's where you're going to have 2 2x1s that are only separate by 1 corner piece. So like you can see they're pretty close to each other like this and like that. So you're going to differentiate them by looking at, the way I do it is I look at the corners, so, or the unsolved corners, so I have this, this, and this, and I look at which one of these colors matches one of these colors, so like this is orange and this is orange, so these ones match together. Like you can see none of these have blue, and this one's the same, like this one's cream and this one's cream as well, nothing has blue on them, for the corners I mean. So we'll start with Y2 plus, with these being the same, you're going to hold it from this angle, and then you'll do this. These ones are pretty fast as well. And then this one, it's just like the mirror, I guess. So these will be the same color. I hold it from this angle and I go like this. Alright, here's the last 2 cases. These are Y3s. I also did kind of lie earlier, I'm not going to lie. Well, I say I'm not going to lie, but I did lie. Anyway, whatever. So these are not the only cases with 3 2x1s. I said they were, the T-perms were earlier, the T4s, I think. Like this one here, you can see there's 3 of them. But this time, I should just mention this now. So they're the 2 that are next to each other, then the 1 separate. They're separate by just an edge piece for the T-perms. But for the Y-perms, they're separate by a corner. So like there's 2 here connected, and then there's this one, and there's a corner in between them, as you can see there. But anyway, let's just get into the algs. So this will be Y3 plus, I believe. You're gonna hold it with, I hold it with a 2x1 on the front, on the left, and then on the back left here. And this is when you have 2 that are next to each other, and just comparing to this, they go to the right like this. Or the 2 that are next to each other on the right. So it looks like this. And the other one, Y3 minus. You're going to hold it from this angle. So I like to have this one in the front. I kind of remember that I'm like, for the alg, I'm breaking up this 2x1 in the front here. And then the other ones will stay in the left here, like that. And the alg looks like this. Alright, so that concludes this episode of Megaminx PLL. Like I might have mentioned earlier, but I don't remember if I did or not, I do want to get to more uploading of these videos, because I think they're helpful to me and helpful to other people, which is more important. And they're also kind of fun to make. But anyway, yeah, that's about it for this one, and hope to see you later.